Man, Coach, we're back for another coaches show. I know we missed you last week. I mean, it's one of them deals where what I respect about it, Coach, is you were determined. Because when I talk to you, you're like, Coach, I ain't got time. And even today, I know that you're packed in with minutes throughout the day, that you're always busy, and to make time for us, we appreciate it. Coach, it was a good win, and the weird thing or the awesome thing that I like is that when Mr. Dykes told me that it was the first time in school history that you guys were going to play, I thought the game just got huge.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's a district game and everything, but man, it just got really big for trivia questions and just so that you can say, hey, I was the first to beat Tioga, and them seniors to say that. But how's it feel to get back in the dub column, Coach? And how's it feel to, just to expand the question, how's it feel to beat Tioga for the very first time?
Oh, it definitely feels good to get back into the win column. You know,
Yeah.
It's so hard to lose, especially district games. The mo gets down so much. You know, the energy gets down so much because it really affects you in the long run. You know, to beat Tioga, it's huge. You know, I played that huge this week, all week long. You know, and I talked to the seniors. I said, you only get to do this once. I said, so you're going to have to either live this down or you're going to be the class that handled your business.
You bet.
And so that was huge, and I made sure and played that card pretty well during the week.
Well, you know, like you said, if people was watching this a couple weeks ago, you were talking about how, you know, a loss takes some of your soul. And Coach, it does. I mean, for you to, A, prepare in the right way, and B, when we got to live stream it that night, when I was watching you coach down there, I'm a coach watcher just because I love coaching. You know, you're constantly trying to say, look at the scoreboard, 20's not enough. Keep motivation, keep going, you know, fake punt is happening. You know, and so you're out there teaching and coaching at the same time, because people think coaching and teaching are the same. It's really not, because you can teach the game, teach what's going to happen. And coaching's drawing stuff up, man. You're getting to have fun. So you're doing a great job of that. Your staff was too. But Coach, there's somebody I really got to emphasize, and that's number 22. I mean, I think that, man, you know, he's kind of like a head coach out there. People don't realize playing the quarterback position is you're lonely. I mean, it's kind of lonely at the top. You know, I mean, you lose is head coach's fault. There's a play broke down, it's the quarterback's fault. But, man, he does a lot of special things out there, because you have to remember the system that he was before you. They threw the ball maybe once every 3 weeks, and now you're asking him to throw it 15, 20 times a game. But he makes play after play. Just talk to me about 28 and 22, and the next guy is talk to me about 48. Coach, he's somebody that I recognize during the game. Now, he gets 2 blocking the back penalties in a row. Then you recognize his effort and hustle. You start giving him the ball on football, on offense. He scores a touchdown. So 22 and 48, talk to me about them.
Yeah, you know, Luis has done a really good job. He's grown a whole bunch from last year to this year. You know, obviously being in the system another year. You know, he's a kid with the ball in his hands, and it makes it really hard to account for. And you know this because us coaching Kendall, when one of your best athletes has the ball in their hand, it's hard to take them away as far as the defense goes. And you know, like the other night, he made a run, and it was I think his 4th down and like 1 or 2, and he makes a run to our sideline and then cuts it all the way back across the grain and ends up diving into the end zone for the touchdown. And, you know, he's very, very, very physical runner. You know, he throws a really good ball, and you know, growth is growth. And I don't think, like you said, I don't think that people understand how lonely it is to be that guy. And I don't think that anybody other than the quarterbacks have an idea of how much work goes into being a quarterback besides the physical aspect, because there's more mental time that we spend.
Video time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every Tuesday, every Thursday, we have 7:15 video until almost 7:50. And so nobody understands that besides those kids. And so, you know, he does a great job. I'm really excited about how he's playing. I mean, last time I checked, he was leading the area in rushing, you know, and he carries the ball. I mean, he's basically a Tim Tebow type of kid.
Right.
48, you know, Daniel Taylor, the kid is just nothing but a ball of energy. You know, he runs down. We put him in on kickoff, and he runs down. And, you know, their big number 24 smokes him one time. Well, the next time...
That's a 6'5" kid?
Yeah, that's a 6'5" kid. So, well, the next time he runs down, and he finds 24, and he hits 24, and it's like a ping pong ball bouncing off, and then he tackles 44, who got the ball about 9 times
on every kickoff.
On every kickoff, yeah. And so, he works really, really hard. And that's something that we need to recognize in our program. And a lot of the kids, they may not be the number one kid, but if you're working hard, we're going to recognize you at some point in time when the situation arises. And so, super excited about that kid.
And Coach, I'm just so glad you said that. When you work hard, athletes, not just our athletes, anybody that's listening, when you work hard, coaches recognize you. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter what level you're at, how good you think you are, or if you're an elite player or not. When coaches recognize you in practice, on the field, they're going to reward you. So don't ever forget somebody's always watching. And he mentioned the word Kendall. We Coach and I got the privilege of coaching Kendall Wright, and he played for the Titans for 10 years and the Bears for a couple years, I believe, and he was an All-American at Baylor, and he was a special player, a lot like Luis. So great comparison there, Coach. We're going to move on. How's the playoff situation rolling out? I know we got 2 more district games. How's the playoff situation rolling out? Where do we stand, and are we still capable of getting in?
I think we're definitely capable of getting in. Where we stand, we really need to win these next 2 and put us into that 3 spot and handle our business from there. That's going to be a big deal for us. As far as playoffs, we're going to match up with that Cooper district, so we kind of have an idea what we're going to see over there. I think right now, if everything stands pat, we'll probably match up with Rivercrest. So that'll be a good ball game for us, good test for us for sure. If we can get there. Now we got to handle Trenton this week, that's for sure.
Well, there's a big challenge. You got to beat Trenton, and that's my next question. But if we get to play Rivercrest, Coach, that's offensive coordinator is an old friend of Coach Patterson and I, so that'd be an interesting matchup personally. But Coach, talk to me about Trenton. How we got to attack them. Can we hold them? Are their special teams better than ours? Do they have a better player than us? So just talk to me about Trenton a little bit.
Sure, I think overall offensively they're a very run-oriented team. I think they're trying to limit possessions. I think they're trying to keep the time of possession on their side and limit the amount of times that we'll get the ball on offense. I wouldn't say their quarterback's pretty good, but I wouldn't say that they have somebody that's just super special. They're all just very, very good football players. I think they're going to try to play a very physical style. Being a gun wing team, that's kind of what their mentality is just be very, very physical. Defensively, in true wing tee fashion, they're going to play cover 4 behind their fronts. They vary their fronts, whether they're 3-4, 4-3. They do get into a little 5-1 look here and there, but other than that, I think they're trying to make you drive the field so the game's shortened.
Right. So bend but no break.
Right. Bend but no break.
Coach Shipman does a good job over there. We also know him personally. He's kind of from our Coach Patterson and I coaching tree. He coached under the same AD that we did. So it's always good to play guys from the tree.
Yeah.
Coaches, final thoughts, man. Talk to me about anything you want to. Is there any particular players? Is there more to the community? Giving thanks to the Booster Club. They gave us some more money the other night, so thank you to the Booster Club. If you haven't had time to join them, please contact the Athletic Booster Club and get involved in that. Just final thoughts. Tell me what you got.
Just recognizing kids. Grayson Ward. Grayson Ward played unbelievably on Friday night.
Tough kid.
He finally played to the level of what I think is where he should be. You know what I mean? He played like a man on fire more than anything. Also, and for a pup, and this kid had never played defensive end before, and he's a big kid, but the Lance Stone kid, he came in. Those two, and the reason why I say those two is those two played very, very well, but those two were also our leading tacklers, Grayson and then Lance, and Lance had several tackles for loss. As far as offensively, the ball was distributed very well. We had 8 players with over 20 yards rushing.
Wow.
So the carries were distributed very well. But for this week, it's kind of like we just got to go play. And what's funny is everybody always says, hey, what kind of great halftime speech did you give? And what did you do to get them? Because we're a different team in the second half. And And to be quite honest with you, I went into the locker room and I said, guys, I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. We didn't meet as a staff. We didn't make any adjustments. We didn't do anything. And I said, guys, here's the deal. And my coaches were standing in the doorway. And I said, that guy has all taught you what to do. And you know what? You're not doing it. I said, it's not a us thing. It's a you thing. And I said, seniors, this is it. Like, we're better than this, way better than this. And I said, I don't want you to cuss. I don't want you to punch anybody. I don't want you to throw anybody to the ground. I said, but you need to take some ownership in this and get this figured out.
Yes, sir.
And so we literally walked out the door, and I didn't come back in until it was time to go. And they came out a completely different team, you know. And I asked the senior, I said, what did you do? What did y'all do? He said, Coach, we just got mad. Like, we got mad because we weren't playing where we should be. And so that was huge. You know, that's a huge step where kids take ownership for their own play. Instead of a coach having to say, come on, buddy, let's go. The kid taking ownership for their own play. So, you know, I'm excited. If we do that again, I feel pretty good this week, though.
There's nothing more important, and some people don't understand this. There's nothing more important than peer leadership. Mm-hmm. You know, when the locker room's leader, some people are like, "Why is this kid?" You know, when they're leading each other, mm-hmm. that's when you know you have a talented team. Because you can. Everybody's going to score points. We know we're going to score points, but when you can get them together with energy like you had in the second half. Yeah. Because I tried to explain it to coaches or in the game. I was like, "This is what is the process that he's going through," and for you to say, "We skipped that process and we just pretty much handed it to them."
Yeah.
You know, so that right there shows, A, you have a more mature team than you thought, and B, they're coming together at the right time.
Yeah.
Because you were just waiting on that half to happen, and it did the other night. Mm-hmm. You know, so kudos to you, Coach. I mean, y'all are doing a great job. I thought the second half was awesome versus Tioga. It's good that you have another winning title around here from the time. I wish that, and I said this last week, Coach, I wish that we could get some kind of battle of the sword or something on that, because I think it'd be very interesting. But hey, thanks for tuning into the Coaches Show. Thank you to ACTV staff. Thank you to Gabby Butler, who is sitting behind the scenes. We're going to Trenton the Friday night to play at Trenton, the football team. It starts at 7:30. Please see the business office or the front office at the high school if you want to receive tickets for that game. You have to get a ticket here and then actually purchase it while you're there. Is that correct, Coach?
Yep.
Also, the volleyball team plays Trenton at home. So if you get time, come watch them as well, and then make it a Friday night and go back to the football game over in Trenton. But thanks for tuning in to the Coaches Show. Anything else, Coach?
No, I'm good.
All right. Hey, Pirates on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pirates.